Hi, I'm Jess. I'm a fitness instructor and content creator sharing my love of athleisure wear, body inclusive fitness, and New York City. And this is Jess McKay Live, the podcast where I answer your questions about life, Lululemon, and love. Self-love. Let's get into it. Welcome to episode 1 of Jess McKay Live, a brand new podcast. And I'm so excited to be sharing this with you live. So if you're here, there's probably 100% chance that you are from my TikTok. But just in case you're not, you can follow me on TikTok at JKMcKay, as well as Instagram. And, of course, subscribe to this YouTube channel. I wanted to share with you today why I'm starting this podcast, my history of podcasting, as well as my history with social media. And to tie this all together, we're also going to be answering questions that you have submitted. So thank you so much to everyone who has submitted questions for today. I have my very esteemed guest today / co-host, my husband, Ryan.
Hello. So I am here. I've got my list of questions. We're going to start with some icebreaker questions that we have got from the live TikTok audience. Thank you to everyone that has watched live here. And then I have some secret Q&A questions that are going to be the main part of this episode.
Woo! Before we get into that, I just wanted to share with you that this podcast is not sponsored. However, if you want to support me here, you can use the link in the description. It is the link that leads you to Lululemon. When you're shopping at Lululemon as a Lululemon Collective member, use my link and it helps to support me here in the form of a small commission. Thank you so much to everyone who has used my link. I really appreciate it. It helps me to keep creating content like this where we talk all about Lululemon, body positivity, and just overall good vibes. So before we get started, I have to make a very special announcement. Thank you to everyone who has entered the giveaway. We're launching this podcast today with a giveaway because we wanted to get it off with a great start. And I am so overwhelmed by the amazing turnout for this giveaway. Thank you so much to everyone who participated. And I think it went so well that who knows, we might be doing one of these again soon. So make sure to stay on the email newsletter, on the text list, and follow me on TikTok, of course, at JKMcKay, so that you are up to date on all of the fun things that are going on for this channel and this podcast. Without further ado, we're going to announce the winners of my very first giveaway. 3 lucky people were chosen at random draw to win a $100 gift certificate to Lululemon. This is not sponsored or affiliated with Lululemon. This is purely from me as a thank you for all of your support over the last year and a bit and your support for launching this podcast. So here we go. The 3 winners of $100 USD gift card to Lululemon are: number 1, Emily Herr. Number 2, Cameron Latino. Number 3, someone who is very often in our lives on TikTok, Jamil Ramji. Thank you so much for participating, everyone. And I really hope to be doing something like this again soon. Make sure to stay tuned. And thank you so much for the support.
Icebreaker time?
Icebreaker time.
So, first question, because we have a trip planned to Disney World for this fall, what is your favorite Disney movie?
Okay, so this is a 2-part answer. I know it's a short icebreaker question, but when I was a kid, my first favorite Disney movie was Beauty and the Beast. I think that because it was a female lead that was book smart and courageous and understanding, she learns to make new friends and meets the beast, and it's, don't judge a book by its cover kind of a thing. And anyways, I love that, as well as the music is so good. So first love, Beauty and the Beast. Second love, I quickly became obsessed with Hercules, the Disney movie. So that's definitely my second love. I think I watched that in theaters many times. Like I'm pretty sure I asked to go back to the theater to see it. I even remember at the time, like McDonald's had Hercules toys or plates, and I was like, I need all of the plates, the Hercules plates. So, Hercules.
Number 2, does pineapple belong on pizza?
Oh man, I think this is also a long. I'm just gonna answer all these questions.
No,
in
these
long.
are rapid fire questions.
Does it? Okay. Yes.
What is your favorite song of all time?
I don't know if I know. Do I have a favorite song? Come back to me.
What is your favorite hair product?
I've just started using Verb. Well, for a year I've been using the Verb Ghost Oil. And just recently I started using the Verb shampoo and conditioner. So I'm just going to say Verb products, but especially the Ghost Oil. So good.
What was your dream job as a kid, and how has that maybe changed?
My dream job as a kid, I'm pretty sure I had an assignment at school and they asked to like draw a picture. I think I said school teacher because my mom was a school teacher, and I don't know, I liked helping people. And then turned into wanting to be an actor, which, you know, who knows? I went to school for musical theater, so, you know, that's still kind of the thing. But dream job now, if I were just to say off the top of my head, of course, content creator, but I feel like it'd be really cool to keep doing content like this and maybe work on even a grander scale as a content creator for a company, a brand.
What is your favorite takeout place?
Favorite takeout. I really love sushi. Doesn't matter the place as long as they have a good spicy salmon and maybe a yam tempura roll.
What is your favorite recent Lululemon item?
Ooh, probably the Align onesie, 8-inch. That has the built-in shelf bra like an Align tank, but it's like connected to the shorts. So it's like you're wearing an Align tank and Align shorts, but it's all connected in one. Obsessed.
And we're going back to the one that you passed on. What is your favorite song of all time?
Okay, I'm kind of cheating here, but I'm going to say My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion. Only because that's my favorite movie, Titanic. So I can't think of a favorite song, so I'm going to say My Heart Will Go On from Titanic, because that's my favorite movie.
All right. I think we have broken the ice, and it's time to get into the main part of this episode.
Okay.
The questions that we received.
No. I have to tell them about our history of podcasting.
Oh, okay.
There's more. There's more you need to know. So why am I starting this podcast? I feel like sometimes with TikTok, I love my TikTok community. You're probably here because of this TikTok community that we have. But I feel like sometimes I really try and favorite the comments and try and do a video reply, but I just don't always get around to it. And then I feel like sometimes my ideas get lost. And because TikTok's sort of rhythm and pacing of things, your videos go by so quickly and then they're kind of gone. Like once something's a few weeks old, it's harder for it to show up on your FYP. So it means that if I answer one person's question, if I haven't put it in a playlist or if I haven't pinned the video, it might get lost. So I'm wanting to do this podcast as a way to sort of have a documented place where we can talk about these things and you can find it later on. So if you want to go back and let's say in this episode, we start talking about my favorite item from Lululemon and you want to hear more about it, you can come back to the episode because we'll have it in the title or thumbnail or whatever we're using to help you to find it. So that's one reason why we're doing the podcast. Also, I am relatively new to podcasts. I had never really listened to them until I met Ryan. So once I met Ryan, he started introducing me to podcasts and I started to listen to lots of different podcasts, including dog parenting podcasts, anything about content creation, entrepreneurship, and maybe self-help, lots of different topics. But in 2019, Ryan and I brought home Adelaide, our Italian Greyhound, and we started writing a blog. And I don't know anything about blog writing, to be honest. I'm just going to say that right now. I love to write, but I'm not someone who is a master of SEO and planning and I don't know, content planning around blogs. So I was writing the blogs, enjoyed that as sort of a documentation of our dog's life. But Then we got the idea during the pandemic, why don't we start a podcast? So Ryan and I missed performing. We were musical theater actors who were out of work because of the pandemic. And we thought, let's perform once a week on our own time, on our own terms, in the podcast called The Iggy Parents. And we did that every week for
60 episodes.
60 episodes. So that was so much fun for us. We even sort of had a spin-off where we did one about social media, and we did sort of a sleepy time podcast, which is basically like bedtime stories, meditations, all about dogs. So again, very niche, but I honestly, it's been how long now? When did we end that? About a year ago. October of last year. So this is the first time we've picked up our microphones, and I'm so excited to do this again because I really feel like I've got more to talk about. And with the Iggy Parents, it was a parenting podcast for dogs, for Italian Greyhounds specifically. And we basically talked about the journey of getting our first Italian Greyhound, raising her, getting a second Italian Greyhound, raising her, moving to the city. And then we didn't have as much time to do the podcast anymore. Again, we started it in the pandemic, and then things started to pick up in the outside world. But we're really excited to get started here now with new topics to talk about and for you to be sharing it with us. So thank you so much for being here. And Ryan, are you excited to podcast again?
I am, especially because all of the pressure is on you.
Okay. I'll take it. So with that being said, briefly, again, if you're here from social media, you know I'm on TikTok. I started in April 2021 with @JKMckay on TikTok. And I first started out doing fitness content. And then I posted one Lululemon video because I used to work at Lululemon as an educator. And that kind of blew up. Did another one about Lululemon. It kind of blew up. And then I just kept doing that. And it seemed to be the right thing to do. I was finding my way on TikTok. And this seemed to be the topic that people really did want to hear more about. And then once I hit 1,000 followers, I started teaching fitness on TikTok. So this is, again, a journey here. Started on TikTok, started teaching fitness as the pandemic started to change and people were returning to in-person studio classes. I didn't have time for that anymore. So focused more on Lululemon. And if you ever want to take class with me, I'm teaching at Bar 3 West Village in New York City, and I would love to see you there. I also have live stream versions of that class that are live, and you can sign up for them through Bar 3 West Village. So there's a fun little bonus there too. But now I have also started writing blogs for @JKMckay and Jess McKay, if you ever want to check that out as well. But a lot of those topics are going to be turned into these podcast episodes.
I was going to say, I feel like you've had the same progression.
I'm doing
with
the same thing
as this.
Well, I'm excited because I like writing, but I'd rather just chat about it. So here we are again, podcasting.
Are we ready for the questions?
One more thing. I want to do a little segment on these episodes of what's my favorite thing from Lululemon right now? The Everywhere belt bag. So if you love Lululemon, you probably know about the Everywhere belt bag. It's a staple item from Lululemon, and I have loved it for years. However, it recently went through a change. It is now the extended strap Everywhere belt bag. However, they have now sort of rebranded it or retitled it to just the Everywhere belt bag, and it happens to have an extended strap. So I wanted to bring this up today because I love this and I still think it's a staple. And I'm really excited that they have added the extended strap. I think for me personally, when I carry the belt bag over my shoulder, it's much more comfortable. It's not so high up on my neck and sort of choking me. And for anyone that maybe has a bust size that would require an extended strap length, it's going to feel more comfortable. But I do know that a lot of people on the other end of the spectrum struggle with this extra flap situation. So I just wanted to talk about it today because I found a really cool tip from someone on TikTok, and I duetted her if you want to check out that video. And you can reverse where the strap goes in through the buckle. So if you're someone who doesn't like the extended strap version, there is a way to switch it around. And then at least the extra strap is on the inside instead of on the outside. And I don't know, this just helps to make it more accessible. Now, is it sad that the original belt bag is no longer available? I mean, kind of. I wish that we had both options. And another piece of feedback or critique is that the extended strap is still not extended enough. So I don't know. How do you feel about it, Ryan? Do you like the extended strap on the belt bag?
I need it for me. I tried to get one or tried to use one of Jess's, and it was, like she said, way up and choking me, basically. So I have recently got one. I did as part of the Father's Day haul that we did.
Yes.
And I really love it as a kind of lightweight option because in the last couple of years, I have gotten used to wearing a crossbody bag and having all kinds of stuff with me. But if we're just going out for the night and I need my keys and my wallet and nothing else, it's nice to have.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's a good addition, but who knows? Maybe the original belt bag style will come back in another way. Who's to say? And now let's get to the Q&A portion of this episode.
So we have questions about Lululemon, social media, confidence, theater.
Okay.
Ready?
I'm nervous, but yes, I'm ready.
So Jillian asked, what is a new outfit that you could use for both yoga and would be comfy and cute and work?
Ooh. Something cute for yoga, but also for work?
Yes.
Oh. Okay, I've got to think about this. Ryan is giving these questions to me live, so I do need a little moment of reflection. But my first thing that I was going to say is the Align onesie. I know we just talked about that item, but the Align onesie or the Align bodysuit that is a full-length item. I think that you could take the Align bodysuit that is the full pant and sort of dress it up. So I really like the commission long sleeve for this as sort of like a tie-up blouse over top of the Align bodysuit. And it would be perfect for yoga, of course, because it's Nulu fabric, so it's super soft, breathable, and it's got the built-in bra, so you don't have to worry about wearing a bra underneath. And yeah, I think you could dress it up with a commission long sleeve. So that's my go-to. But of course, if you want sort of like a top and bottom, this is maybe not something other people think about. But the stretch high-rise joggers, one, they're good and sort of convincing enough for work, but the stretch high-rise joggers are so incredibly stretchy. Like, I can do the splits in them. You can do a full yoga practice in the stretch high-rise joggers, and that is not, I'm not going to say that's like an overarching advice, but I will say that they are stretchy enough that that's possible. So, Align bodysuit, commission long sleeve, maybe stretch high-rise joggers as an option.
Ava asked, what inspired you to start a TikTok?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I actually started TikTok for my dog first, and Ryan and I have grown her account together. And I started my TikTok because, kind of like I said with the podcast, I felt like there were so many topics I could talk about with the dog, but I was starting to lose momentum with it. I was starting to lose creativity with it. And I felt myself wanting to talk about fitness, especially in the pandemic when things sort of slowed down for me teaching in person. I just felt like I wanted to be able to teach people and reach people in their homes. So you might not know this, but on my Instagram at JKMckay, I was actually hosting live yoga classes once a week. I do it Fridays at 10 a.m. for like 5 months maybe. And that was before I started my TikTok. So I did that, and I feel like I had friends and family joining in, but I wasn't really making new connections with new friends. So when we started making connections with people through our TikTok for the dog, I thought, oh, I need to do this with me. And so that's why when it first started, it was really a fitness account. And then once I started doing Lululemon content, I found more people. And then I started doing lives on TikTok teaching. So yeah. Through my dog, but then I wanted to teach.
Katie asked, how does it feel to be a role model of body positivity through social media? What keeps you going and able to stay positive when negative comments come across your platform?
Ooh, okay. So I'm like, this is in the tagline of the show. We talk about, body inclusive fitness. I am someone who has struggled with self-confidence my whole life. So this is something for me that I've been able to find other people who feel the same way as I do. I feel like growing up as a dancer, it was very limiting to connect with people who also were struggling with self-esteem and body image issues. And so I think just with time, it's 2022, and I think that there are more people out there, there are more role models for me as well that I have been able to learn from. And I realized that social media can be a tool for you to use to build your self-confidence. And I know that that's sort of a complicated idea because, how do you find the confidence to start posting on social media? So I get that it's hard to get started, but I do find that even if it's something like a selfie, you doing a workout and posting your selfie, you drinking coffee, you doing anything, sharing little bits of your life, it's sort of like a muscle that you flex and you learn how to build the strength to do something. I feel like I built the strength to do those things and start talking about body positivity, especially because during the pandemic, like so many people, I gained weight. So I had recently lost weight before the pandemic. I was at my lightest weight that I had been in 5 years. And I thought, I'm doing everything right. I'm not eating as much. I'm not eating unhealthy foods or anything like that. But I realized later on that a lot of sort of the mentality I had around weight loss wasn't helping. Like it was making it worse, so that every time, you get down on yourself, it's always because of your weight. And I was like, why should it be tied to your body image? Why should you have to, live your day-to-day life thinking about what the number on the scale says? So for me, again, social media is just a way to start to connect with other people, but also kind of a practice in confidence, putting yourself out there every day.
Back to some Lululemon questions. Which styles are the most curvy friendly?
Ooh, so I'm going to say what's not curvy friendly. First of all, I get this question a lot. And again, I'm talking about body positivity. And if this is something that doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. We're all on our own personal journey. And I'm just here for you if you want to talk about it. But I'm going to say so many people love this item and it's not really curvy friendly in my opinion. And that is the Hottie Hot shorts. And to be honest, most of the looser fitting shorts at Lululemon, which doesn't make sense to me. Why haven't they figured out how to get those looser fitting shorts to still have a nice shape on a body type like mine? I'm not sure. And again, you might have a body type like mine and you feel and you think personally on you that it is the perfect fit. So I'm not saying that it's not great, but for me personally, the fit of the Hottie Hot shorts is just not, it's not, not forgiving. It's not like, it's not for me. It's just not for me. So in opposite to that, I do love the looser fitting shorts that are made from different materials. So I really like the Loungeful short. It's got sort of like a fleece inside, similar to the scuba shorts, but it is, I think, even more comfortable. So I love the Loungeful short. That's a new one. I love the scuba short. Soft Ambitions short from last season, which is now the High Rise Soft Stream short. Just got that one in Strawberry Milkshake. I love it. And the Inner Glow short. And no, these are not athletic shorts. These are more comfort casual shorts, but I've been really enjoying how they fit on my body, as well as Wonder Train tight, Align tank, high neck Align tank if you're looking for more coverage. And of course, I love scuba hoodies, Define jackets, all those good things. So lots of options for anyone who identifies as a curvy girl. But I will say, for me, no Hottie Hot shorts. That's a no.
I'm not sure if I said that was from Stacy, but this next question you maybe just answered, but maybe you have a different answer for this specifically, so I'm going to ask it anyway. Amber asked, what is an item from Lululemon you wanted to love but ended up hating?
Oh, okay. So maybe that's the answer, the Hottie Hot short. But, okay, I have another one in mind. And again, maybe this is a controversial opinion, but the Pace Rival skirt. So I still have a Pace Rival skirt, and I'll wear it from time to time. But I have that in Sonic Pink, and that's why I got it, because there was no other option for Sonic Pink skirts at the time. But for me, the Pace Rival skirt, similar to the Hottie Hot short, the fit is just not very comfortable because of my thicker thighs. I find that when I walk, it just clings to the legs. Whereas in contrast, the Court Rival skirt is perfect for my legs, perfect for my thighs. It flares out when you spin like a ballet skirt. There's so much room for the thighs, but it still has a liner underneath, so you don't have to worry about coverage. You will be covered. It's got a liner, Luxtreme liner with pockets. So, Court Rival, yes. Pace Rival, no.
Rachel asked, what's your favorite thing about making content?
Oh my gosh. I love making content. I've actually learned a lot from Ryan about making video content. I didn't know that much about doing transitions. I didn't know that much about like how to sync things to the music, and not the sound sync that TikTok gives you, but just like how to get something on the beat with a cut and stuff like that. Just fun video editing tricks. Ryan has a background in photography and videography, so I feel like I learned a lot from him. And this is really funny, but Ryan and we both make content for ourselves as well as working on accounts together. So one of the jobs that Ryan and I do is working for a dog brand, and we basically run their TikTok channel, creating content, video content for their brand. But for our personal stuff, Ryan and I always get each other to check our TikToks. So before I click post on something, if I've got Ryan around, I will ask him like, hey, here you go. And it's so fun for me to like see sort of the creative process or thinking about it, and like, how can a tiny edit, a tiny cut, a tiny text change something and make it more fun, make it more eye-catching and stuff like that. So I really like getting into the nitty-gritty of making content and videography, and you know, that's always a goal as well, to keep improving on that. So that's really fun for me. But other than that, the community. So having a TikTok, being able to communicate with everyone on TikTok, it just like, it makes my day. And I know that it sounds really silly, but Tuesdays and Thursdays when we go live are my favorite days. I love going live, and I love going live right now. So if you're on my TikTok watching this, I love you. Thank you. But it's just so fun to be able to connect with people. So, yeah.
Krista asked, what is your 5/10 year future goal?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I thought about this because I was asked in the quick questions, what's my dream job? And I didn't even include fitness instruction. So that's wrong. I love teaching fitness. I think it's just a constant in my life, and has been for the last 5 years, that it's just implied and automatic. So I will say in the next 5 years, I still plan to be teaching barre and perhaps teaching yoga online. I got my yoga teacher training in 2019, and I trained in 2016 to be a barre instructor. So I have been teaching barre longer, but I do like doing yoga as well. I don't know if I would work at a studio, but in the game plan, fitness will always be there as long as it's safe for my body and I can do it. And I know, like, in the past, I've also thought about maybe owning a fitness studio. I'm not sure, but definitely something to consider, as well as content creation. And like I said, I'd like to work for a company potentially, as we do for our dog brand that we work for, Doggy Bathroom. But yeah, just having maybe something like that in like a creative position, like creative direction.
Sarah asked, what's your favorite underrated Lululemon product?
Ooh. Oh man, I feel like I already talked about this, the Ever Belt bag with the extended strap. People don't like it and I love it. But something underrated. I've talked about so many items today. I also really love the Court Rival skirt, and I don't think it gets enough appreciation. It's my go-to outfit right now. Court Rival skirt long plus an Align tank high neck and the commission long sleeve shirt. That's like my go-to summer outfit. I'm trying to think if there's anything that people don't talk about online that I absolutely love. I really did like the Soft Stream joggers, Soft Ambition shorts, same thing. But now it's come out again. I think it's a Soft Stream pant. So I haven't tried it since it's got a new sort of version. But I will say in general that Soft Stream fabric is so incredibly soft. It feels like peach fuzz. And I think it's super underrated. People are often talking about scuba hoodies and not talking as much about Soft Stream cropped, the perfectly oversized cropped crew Soft Stream. What's that called again? But yeah, the sweaters that have Soft Stream as well. So let's say Soft Stream fabric in general.
Catherine asked, what is your favorite musical?
Oh my goodness. My favorite musical. That's such a hard question. In the past, I've said Sweeney Todd because I love Sondheim, and that one in particular is very fun. In the past, I've also said A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder, which is an operetta. So I come from a classical background. I went to school for opera before I went to school for musical theater. So definitely, I think I see myself in roles in those shows, and that's why I like them. But as of late, in the last like 5-10 years, I'm going to say probably my favorite is Waitress. And Sarah Bareilles' music is amazing. It's also so funny. And I think that it's an inspiring sort of female independence story and finding yourself and, you know, finding your confidence and finding your voice. So I feel like that's a good theme. Waitress. That's the answer.
And the last question here, Meredith wants to know, how did you know that Ryan was the one?
Ryan asks this question. How did you know? Oh my gosh. I feel like we got engaged only a year after knowing each other. So I feel like for a lot of people, that's like a very fast timeline. But I feel like I just feel so comfortable being around Ryan. And not saying that you should just marry everyone you feel comfortable around. But I just feel it just clicked really early on and it felt like a good fit. It just made a lot of sense. So, of course, like any relationship, you have to work on it and you have to, you know, go through life. And we went through a pandemic together and we moved cities together and changed apartments and got a dog together. And I just feel like, I don't know. At the end of the day, who do you want to talk to? Who do you want to have a conversation with? And if that's the person that you're with, then I feel like you're doing the right thing. So, I don't know. How about you, Ryan? This involves you. This is the love part of the podcast, except I said self-love, but I guess we can talk about
about love too. I think for me, how did you know that she was the one? So
yeah, you proposed. So
I know
you had to take that step.
And I think it's true, the comfort level, and that, like, I've had a lot of trouble in the past with like social anxiety and things like that. So yeah, trying to being comfortable together. And I feel like there was a lot of things that happened where maybe I was uncomfortable in a situation and she was like the best person to help me with it. I think about like there was theater cast parties and I was like, I'm not comfortable going to this. And you're like, okay, then we're going to spend time and work on what's bothering you right now. And then we will go if we can or not. And I remember that being like, that could have gone very differently if you were not in this 100%, and that made me want to be in it 100% as well.
Thanks, babe. I feel like I also didn't want to go to theater parties. I'm very extroverted, but I also feel like I'm a secret introvert. Like, I would rather just stay home. I would rather stay in, and this is the funny thing. I would rather stay inside, sit in my pajamas, not have my hair done, have no makeup on, and go live on TikTok and talk to my TikTok friends than I would putting myself out there and going to some like fancy event and putting on fancy clothes and like having to do my hair and makeup and maybe running into someone I know from school. Like, that sounds super stressful to me. And me just being myself on camera from the comfort of my home feels way better. So I don't know if anyone can relate to that, but that's truth talk with Jess. I'm a secret introvert. And maybe everyone thinks that already. I don't know. But I'm so extroverted. I don't know. I'm a Leo. So no one asked me what my sign was, but I'm a Leo. And Leo was my first crush in Titanic, which is my favorite movie and my favorite song. Just getting to know Jess. Welcome to this podcast.
Well, that does it for all of the questions that I have. We have lots more questions. Thank you to everyone that has submitted one. We have a whole spreadsheet of them. I love a good spreadsheet. So we will have more questions in the next episode. Comment on this to tell us how often you think we should do these.
Yes, because when we did our Iggy Parents podcast, we did it every week. There was not a live aspect to it, so we didn't have people live with us like we do on TikTok right now. But I don't know, the weekly schedule worked for us. I don't know if this weekly schedule is going to feel as necessary, or if everyone really likes this format, we can. Another idea as well, Ryan and I were discussing earlier, was to do the new release Tuesday updates for Lululemon through the podcast. So I would record what's new at Lululemon this week, but I would have it as this video podcast format, and we could talk about it sort of in that way too. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. And thank you so much for watching or listening wherever you're listening to this. And I think that's it. Till next time. See you next time, friends.